Hey everybody, happy Tuesday. So good to see you. We are playing along with Craft Roulette parameters, which honestly threw me for a loop a little bit. I say that every week. But in case you don't know, our project for the week is an A9. The element is birthday, colors the florist shop, and then something from our desk, which Mary lovingly calls the Mesk. So I had to play along. We're becoming one of those companies that just joins in and plays along. Now, if you remember from my live last Friday, we talked about Olos and Copics. So this is how I would normally color. She was colored with Olos, and you can catch that on the replay. And that's normally how I would color with a 3 to 5 color blend. But then there's this new trend outside saying that there's high contrast where you just use a dark color and a light color. So I wanted to show you that. And that was done with Olos as well. And then this is my Copic coloring, and I took this up a notch. I gave her like a ripped knee, and I used color pencils to give a little bit more dimension in here. So I just wanted to show you the three. We're going to use one of these. Now, does anybody know what size an A9 is? Lord have mercy. It is a 5.5 by 8.5 card. But why not make it into a scrapbook? I mean, or a mixed media book. I mean, something. So you could do whatever you wanted, but in case you didn't know what this looked like, this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So on the long side, you're going to fold it in half. And that's how big that card would be. We're not messing with that mess today. So on my desk happen to be these pennant dies, and they are fantastic for sentiments or to make banners. So you get 3 of them. So also on my desk was this cute hemp twine. So I made it into a banner set. Because if you didn't know, we're going to do a scrapbook page. Then, of course, I've got some photo corners because, I mean, who knows what I'm going to do. But, you know, I have to be extra. So I have this 8.5 by 5.5 by 8.5 scrapbook page. It's got this book that has this cute little thing. So I'll make this into mixed media. Okay, I got this on Amazon. It came with all these little binder tabs, and then I bought the sleeves because I always put my sleeves or my projects in sleeves. So this would also be good for stencil storage if that's something that you like. And then it does have a little elastic cord to keep it going. And there's a place to put a pen right here. So now that I've done my little scrapbook page, let's get into this. This is not going to be an overly difficult process. So I am using my bigger Misty, and I have a white piece of cardstock. Now this is my 120 pound that I like, and we are just going to stamp on the perimeter. So we're going to let the girl and the papers that we're using be our florist colors to meet the first criteria. But I thought, you know, we should do something a little bit different. You do like that one? I will put that in the description box for you, or I'll send it to you, Lisa. So I am just going to move these peonies away from the Together set. If you have not seen the Together set, let's just read these. So it comes with the words together and wonderful. And it says, like copy and paste is a beautiful place to be. It's my favorite place to be. So happy, never apart, joined as one heart, always better. You are, we go. So we go like copy and paste, always together. So literally this would be great for, a lovey-dovey card or an Amazon, or I have Amazon on the brain, or an anniversary. So I am going to use First Fine Claire because there is nothing that makes my heart happier than pink, white, and black. So we're going to stamp her down. Now this is a brand new stamp, so I have not conditioned it. See? And I think my mat underneath has air bubbles in it, so I might have to like get up and do some CPR. Sorry for the shake. So it looks like we have Tanya on here. Welcome. We have Sandy. We have Tara. We've got Lisa. We've got Justine. We've got Judy. We have our normal crew on here, it looks like. And you guys are awfully. We have Sandy Powers and Sandy Pellis. Looks like we've got our normal crew on here. So, yeah, let me. All right, we're standing up. Okay, so I am going to wipe this off because I don't want to smear the block every which direction. And we're just going to kind of move her around to do all the things. Okay. Really, we're just creating a background with this. I'm in the process of developing something to help with your stamps. So like to get the manufacturing residue off, so that way we don't have to fight with it. But until I perfect it and get it exactly the way I want it, that spot just does not want to stamp. There we go. But once we get that out, we won't have that problem. Like I said, I think there are some air bubbles in my Misty mat that I've got. But one thing that you can do, let's see if I can find it here. You can take a white eraser and rub it on there. And that a lot of times will prime your stamps. Okay. And I'm going to wipe that off that mat here. I'm going to lift this off completely. The key is I want to keep this really clean. Versifying Claire is a nice quick drying ink. So normally you don't have, a huge mess, but, sometimes you want to prevent that. So I'm going to put, part of the flower in, some of the leaf showing, and I'm really inking this in. So Lisa says that her hubby's out cutting the grass. Sean did that yesterday. He was going to weed eat tonight, but we've had quite a bit of rain this afternoon and this evening. I'm going to kind of break the rules here. And I always break rules, you guys, but did you see how much nicer that stamped once I used that white eraser? So that's a little tidbit that you can put in your toolbox. I'm always trying to give you, a few little tips and tricks along the way. Justine says she's having tacos for dinner. I think we're going to have Gold Star chili. That's Cincinnati chili, for those of you who don't know what it is. So you're either a Skyline fan or you're a Gold Star fan. I'm actually a Skyline fan, but Sean likes he likes Gold Star, so he's going to get that tonight because he's had a pretty bad day at work. Not that my day has been much better, but it's better now that y'all are on here with me. Okay, now I am going to have to perform CPR because my stamp is literally hanging off of that. So we'll see if we can even get an impression. And again, this is just a background, you guys. I'm not. If I had a full size Misty like the memory size, it would be optimal. But who in the heck ever really makes this 8.5 by 5.5? Okay, CPR time. Yeah, that's not going to work. We're fine. We're fine. We'll do something else. It's fine. I should have just had that hanging off the edge too. I thought I could live dangerously, but it didn't work. It's fine. There's always a way to embellish stuff. So I am just cleaning off my Misty to get rid of some of that nastiness. So the Flower Child stamp set, which is what you guys saw colored on Friday and what you guys saw me use, show you a few minutes ago, that actually has sold out. And I have to tell you, thank you so much to everybody who has supported us with these last two releases. It has been ridiculous. The amount, how overwhelmingly you guys have loved this. And I can't thank you enough. So it is on. So hit that notify me button. And when it's back in stock, it'll let you know. I did place an order for it. So hopefully it'll come back in stock. So now the next thing I'm going to do, we have to find the things. I made my very own Polaroids. Okay. So these Polaroids are 3 by 4 1/4. And then I did a 2.75 by 2.75 square. So I'm going to get the Barely Art glue out and we're going to go ahead and get these glued down. So who says you have to have a die for everything? I mean, if you want to, you can, but you don't have to. There's always a way around it. Now, I very easily probably could have found one in my stash, but I'd like to show you guys how you can make some stuff. Do we have... I'm missing a lot of comments here. Okay. You're Misty, Sturdy, Sandy, and Lisa says one of them's for you. I'm assuming Flower Child. Yep. And Sandy said she's glad she got her stamps. I'm glad you did too. I just had somebody call me frantically, or not, email frantically and saying, if you're going to get it in, can you hold my order? And I really couldn't guarantee when that was going to happen. I wish I could have. All right. So one thing that I would like to do if I have it, Yes. Is this my corner rounder? No, this is not a corner rounder. Where is my corner rounder? I think I broke my corner rounder last time, and I don't think I replaced it. I would have liked to have rounded those corners there. All right, I'm going to bring in another Misty. And we are going to bring in the Forever 29 stamp set, which was just restocked. And we're going to use this Happy Birthday. My dear friend Darren, who just passed away, actually made this stamp set. He drew this. And he made it specifically for me because I say that I'm forever 29. And I truly believe that. You will never know my real age. Well, some of you might. My husband knows, but I don't tell too many people. Justine says, when you have an adorable stamp set, it sells out. Amen, sister. I am really proud of these stamps that we've come out with this time. I just think that they were just amazing. Okay. Putting that one down. I'm going to clean off that stamp set. And then where is the Flower Child stamp sets? All right. So here is the famous Flower Child. And it says, free spirit, brave heart, strong soul. Let your spirit shine. Stay wild, Flower Child. Stay true to your heart. Courageous looks good on you. I think Courageous would be fantastic for somebody going away to college or anybody who's facing a new thing. Okay, we're gonna, I just want that up the top. Let's see. I am going to maybe put 2 of these on here because, well, why not? If you got them, you might as well use them. Because as far as I'm concerned, you can never give somebody enough encouragement. Hi, Becky. I love her too. I don't know why. She kind of reminds me of you in a way. Let your spirit shine. And if this is, yeah, it'll barely fit, but we got it. Okay. Is it straight? Sorry for my head in there, but you all know these old eyes. I have to get my head over there to see if we can get it straight. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to let these dry. You know, pigment ink, you can always heat emboss if you want to. I'm not that worried about it quite yet because we're going to move on to some other things. I think that's it with the stamping. Okay. So, first things first, I need to, do I need to cut that down? No, we can go ahead and we can glue this down. No, let's put, I said I was going to do a little something to that corner. So I'm going to take our photo corners. Thanks to, this was Shiloh inspired these. So the Polaroids were 3 by 4 1/4. And then the block squares were 2.75 by 2.75. Look at me trying to get this on straight. You know I struggle. Okay. All right, so the Polaroids. I have a stamp that says place photo here, but who knows where that went. So I think most people would know to do this. I don't take anything for granted. But if you're gonna make this into a giftable situation, you want to tell people what to do. So place photo here. Look at me. I should have done these a little bit smaller. So maybe this one won't go in, won't go into a sleeve. You know I like craft by the seat of my pants, so let's just figure this out. You know I want to use the one with the crazy pants. So we're going to put her here. So we're going to cover up where that spot was. And we're going to use some foam tape because I want to. If I can find my scissors. Where's the scissors? There's the scissors. So what do you guys think about this new gray background? I feel like it doesn't cause all of the stuff to like reflect weird colors, and I think we've got like the right white balance. You guys will have to let me know what you think. I'm so far digging it because I feel like it gives us a better white balance, and we don't have all the reflections. Okay, we have a lot of stuff going on this desk. Okay. We might just, we have to use that birthday. Come on. Do we have to? This is not what I wanted. You guys can know that. Okay. So now we've got this cute little border from my Mesk, which you guys, it's not like I didn't have enough of a Mesk no matter what I did. So we don't have to use them all. In fact, I don't. Hold on. Let's get this glued down. Let's back up. Okay. So I think that I want this banner to be glued flat right there, kind of on a kilter. And then we can play with the rest of this. We're going to rip this one off. And we're going to rip this one off. And why did we do that? So that I can tape it around the back. And I'm just using my best ever craft tape to do that. To put it in its space. I always find that it's easier to have more string than not enough. So these I'm not going to glue down, so we can still put a photo there. And then we're going to tape this bad boy down. Stinking cute. Okay. Now we're going to matter. And I do want to, you know that I want to pop her up. Pop it all up. Sandy Powers has said that she's sure that your craft dealer can hook you up. Oh my. That's what I've come to. I'm now known as the local craft dealer. At least Sandy's craft dealer. I somehow or other managed to rip the adhesive off of one side of this foam. I don't know. We'll just use the glue. It's fine. I will always just keep on going. Keep on trucking. So I went to the bank today and I found out that that my driver's license expired. And it expired back in February. So I tried to make it to the DMV and get that fixed today, which I failed to do. And if you know that I failed. So yeah, I have to go back tomorrow and take care of that tomorrow. But that was interesting. Going to the bank and not having an ID that was valid. Thankfully, the lady knew me by name. You know, eventually, if you go into a place enough, that they start to recognize you. What is wrong with this? Okay. This is still not sticking. This is beautiful. I'm just using some of the release sheet to hold it down until the Barely Art glue takes hold. So I'm using a metallic paper. So I think that's why I was fighting it so much. So we still have this black. And now I'm just using my Barely Art glue. Because you know I need the wiggles. Need the wiggle room. And it's not that my adhesive or my Barely Art's not strong enough to get like by themselves. It's just that I want the dimension. Did you guys see that gnat? Oh my God, isn't this cute? And see, it still flips. So could we? Oh, you guys. Oh, no. That pesky happy birthday is really not what I want. So you need to know that I will probably end up doing card surgery, and I will probably end up just putting this one up there and then a little something down here. We can make a smaller one. Do we want to make a smaller one? But I really love this. I love, like, I feel like, okay. I think to meet the parameters, I will leave it like that. In fact, you know what? We're just going to leave it alone. Even though my heart wants something else, we are going to leave her just like this. Let's get some bling because we need the bling. We're going to use the ballet slippers. Confetti. Okay, let's put the eyeballs back on. Now, I did get a little something down here. I smudged this. So I'm going to use this. I don't know if I like this eraser. I'm not going to lie. It's a spinny one. There we go. We're good. And I think we'll just go up here, and we'll just start adding in the blingy. Do I see Shiloh on here? Hi, Colette. I did. Hey, Shiloh. I will get your wax tip sent out to you with the next shipment. I think we had that conversation in our team chat, but I wanted to make sure that I acknowledged that. And you don't need to send me the other ones back. In fact, I might just send you the one with the lift-off tips, so you have 2 of these wax things. No need for you to send it back, especially with international type shipping situation. Okay. And again, we would totally be covering up that photo, and it's no big deal. Do we need some more bling? I don't know. Let's do some more bling. In the words of Justine, we can never have enough bling. I love me some bling too. So what did you guys think about me using like stuff that I had already used from a previous live? That way we could like get a twofer. Was it okay? I kind of liked it because it gave us, it gives us a short life. So the rest of, for those of us that are like cooking dinner or waiting to eat dinner, it gets us off, but it still gives us some time. And since I started to rip up her little leg, we're going to glue her down a little bit. Okay. So we totally, and when I say we, we're not doing it tonight, but we can make this a double layout. We honestly could do it tonight, but we could just do like a big floral and then put her on another one and then put this as a double layout. Do you guys want to do that? Or do you like her just the way she is? But then that way you would have like enough for a double photo spreads. So in the book, what I'm saying is you could have her on this side and then have her on this side. And then you could have two photos. I kind of like that idea. I think we might do it. Why not? It's not like I don't have the paper. So let's see what I've got here. Do I have the paper? It's not that I don't have the paper. Do we have the paper ready to go? That's always the $1 million question. I didn't cut that one correctly. Okay. So we're going to do this just a hair different than what we did the first time, just so it doesn't look identical. But why not do it while we're on here? Oh yeah, we've got quite a few people on here tonight. I think we've got a few on here. Did I? You guys, I can't cut a piece of paper in half. Lord have mercy. Let's try this again. Okay. Is it fun to watch somebody else that normally knows how to stamp and show you things, not get it right? Let's see. So for those of you who are new, we would love for you to subscribe, like, comment. If you're on the replay, all the same things. So that way the algorithm pushes our channel because we are trying to grow. And two, we would love it if you would hang out with us. So come play along with us on a daily basis. And if you're new here and you're not comfortable saying that you're here yet, and you're just checking us out to see who we are, I still say welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. We are here every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, unless the good Lord has a different plan for us, and then it's out of our control. But otherwise, we are here, and we would love for you to be here with us. So Justine says we're 92 people away from hitting 1,000. So I don't know if you guys know this. When I bought Prickly Pear and then renamed it to Pajama Crafter because it more fits who I am, the channel had been pretty dormant for over 2 years. So it was almost like we were starting over. And the warlord of YouTube would have probably preferred us to have started over completely rather than try to re-up. But I never do anything the easy way. And to be very honest with you, I didn't know. I didn't know that that was what they would have preferred. And looking back on it, I probably would have preferred to do it that way. But I didn't know. So I can only do what I can do, you know? So here we are. We're building this channel. And I'm having a great time doing it. And I hope you guys are having a good time watching me be silly. Because I know I am. I just broke that. So I'm going to put this one on the top corner. Okay. This thing is sticking to my finger instead of... Okay. We're just going to let that dry for a minute. Okay. Hi, Benita. I didn't see you on here. So I'm just using my pet press to get a nice adhesion. Now that glue is probably, or that ink is probably still a little wet because it's pigment ink. So there we are. All right. So it's the same layout, just a little bit different. Oh, there is. Where is that net coming from? Yep, that's how we're going to do it. So we're going to glue her down. Pop her up. I think I mentioned this in another video. I cannot wait until this foam tape is gone. It is terrible. I don't know what brand it is. It's just something that I think I might have picked it up from a show because I was desperate for something in my booth, but it's terrible. It was a no-name brand, so I mean, I don't know what it is. Or else I would tell you to stay away from it. It doesn't even want to come up with this thing. Newsflash, I won't be carrying this in my store. There you go. Oh my God, she's so cute. I'm so glad we did this. Let's get that up in the screen there. Sorry. It's funny. Sometimes the heart wants what the heart wants, and you end up making up, like, you end up making a second and third and fourth thing just because you want it so bad. Like, if this was not on my plan to do a 2-page layout. Oh my gosh, where's that glue? There's that. And there's another one. And since I have that little heart, clay heart, there we go. Okay. Sandy says she needs the frog press. Yes, you do. So we've got the frog. We've got a cat. We've got a dachshund. And we've got a pig. I don't have the other two on my desk to show you. I do need to erase that little, I got the same little smudge in the same spot. Okay. Okay, but for reals. I feel like these are absolutely adorable, and they would make a fantastic double layout. So is it a card or is it a scrapbook layout? For me, it's a scrapbook layout because I was never going to do the whatever. Now I am going to do a little plug for any of those, for anybody who is in the Cincinnati area. I just showed you the Together stamp set. And let's see if I can get this in here. This here is the card that I'm going to be teaching at the Cincinnati Stamp Away show in end of July, beginning of August. And you will get 3 pink markers, 3 green, and a colorless blender. And when I say that, it'll be Copics. It'll be either Chow or Sketch. But it's a big bang for your buck. And so you will get that as part of as part of the class. So you'll learn how to make that card, and you'll get a whole how-to and a lot of practice sheets before you ever even color that. But that's what we'll be doing at Stamp Away in Cincinnati I think it's like the last weekend of July, beginning of August. It's like the 30th and the 1st. So if you are local or want to travel, come see me, sign up. It is on the website as far as I know. So there we go. That is all I have for the evening. If you have any questions, any answers, let me know. I am going to go down and spend some time with my husband, and I will see you next Tuesday, because Friday, I think I have a hair appointment. So I probably won't be back in time for a 1 o'clock lunch and chat. If I am, I'll let you guys know in advance. All right. Toodles. Bye.